Hi everyone, it's Karen, and we're here with day number 10 of the Friendly Junk Journal People's 12 Days of Junk Journal Gift Idea Tutorials. And today we are going to be making Christmas cards and handmade envelopes. So what I'm planning on doing today is I'm going to start with a piece of just regular cardstock, and I'm going to use a napkin. Now I know there's like probably 1,000,001 ways to make handmade cards. I bought these napkins at Tuesday morning. I don't recall when. It's been a while back now. And I think they're Christmassy enough. But I want to use them as a decoration on a Christmas card. Now let's see if we can get these papers separated as nicely as the last one. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. I don't know if I have one piece on here or two. Where's my tape? Use my little bit of a trick to get this to release. So if you just use a little piece of tape, you can cause it to tear. And that'll loosen the first layer. I'm not sure if I think there is 2 layers on here. Yeah, it looks like 2 layers. So we've got 1 layer out. And again, just stick the piece of tape on the napkin and you'll be able to tear off one of the beginnings of one of the layers. So I'm usually not able to get it to come loose on the edges. And then carefully peel back the second layer. And we'll keep this portion here because we might be able to use that for something later. As we saw one of the other ones I did, we were able to reuse one of those pieces, or the inside layer. Now we'll want to trim this down. I only want to use 1/4 of this today. And we'll just put the other 3 pieces aside for another project. Or I might make 3 cards, or make 3 more cards like this. We'll see. Now this is a project you can do using any size napkin, any size image that you have. This doesn't fit the standard size card, so we will be making, the card will be square when we're done. And the bonus with this is that we're also going to see how we can make our own envelopes so that we can use that as well. So now we're going to attach this to the cardstock. Now we're not going to be able to do the cardstock this way. This is an 8.5 by 11 page. So what we'll do is we will glue this piece down, and then we will trim the card down to size. So I'm just going to use my glue stick again. Just put a little bit of a desk protector here. I'll add more glue if this is not sufficient. A little bit more glue across the top. Actually, I did go far enough on this side. Okay. So we've got that glued in place. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is cut this down to size so that we have a square image. So what we'll do is I want to fold it in half, or fold it along the edge of where the napkin hit. Then we'll get out the paper trimmer and trim off the excess. You can save this for something else. So there we have our little greeting card. Simple as that. If you want to add a little bit of additional embellishments, if you want to maybe stamp something, personally I don't want to stamp anything on here. If you happen to have a stamp set that will let you, or have like a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever kind of seasonal stamp you might want to put here, or if you want you can just leave it blank and just use it to write a note in there for a card to go to somebody. So there we have the card portion. Nice, quick and easy, and gives you a way to make your own custom size, whatever size you want, and gives you a chance to use those gorgeous napkins you might have. And I love being able to use all the napkins I have, because I have a lot. I love pretty napkins. I find them frequently at my local Tuesday morning, and they're always a really good price, so I always tend to buy more. And this is, I think, the first time I've had a chance to use this one, and I absolutely love it. And plus it has a little bit of texture to it. It's not just a plain card. So there's the card. Now the next thing we're going to want to do is create the envelope to go with it. And since we're making our own homemade envelope, it doesn't matter what size the card is. We can make the envelope to fit the card that we can make the envelope to fit the specific size and shape of card that we have. So we'll want to use a piece of paper. I'm just using a piece of paper that comes from, it's just regular photocopy paper, and I've done a little bit of food coloring dyeing on it. Same way you do coffee dye and tea dyeing. I just put a little tiny drop of pink food coloring into some water and then dyed the paper. So what you'll want to do is get your card set towards the top portion here. You'll want to just get a rough measure. So you'll want to just fold your paper about there, where the majority of the card is down in here, and then fold the top portion down, which will create the closure flap on your envelope, and leave a little bit of space so it's just a tiny bit larger than the envelope itself, or the card itself. Then what you'll want to do is get a rough measure that's about 1/2 inch-ish on either side of where the edge of the card is, and then you'll trim this portion off the card, or off the envelope, or what will become the envelope. So from where the card ends, I'm going about 1/2 inch, roughly. Remember, precision is not really I'm not too worried about being super precise. We'll use our paper trimmer or scissors if you want to just cut it freehand, and cut this little bit of excess off on the sides here. And then what we'll want to do is trim a little bit down off the one side so that we're able to fold a little bit over on this side, on either side, to seal up the sides here. So I'm just going to go just a little bit. So remember, we took this about 1/2 inch wider than the card itself was. Just so I'm doing it roughly the same on both sides. I'm just going to use this side, this first piece I cut off, as a bit of a template. Again, it doesn't have to be precise. And then we want to take this portion in just a smidge, make a cut along the fold line here at the top, which is roughly the amount that we trimmed off here. And then basically what we're going to do is just fold this portion down and secure that little strip. This fold, we're going to fold it down and glue this portion down. And then we'll have our closure on the top. We'll just trim that part down just so it's flush. With what we've already cut off. And then we'll just use a little bit of liquid glue. I find liquid glue works the easiest. If you do this portion a little bit wider, you can use double-sided tape, but I don't have double-sided tape that's skinny enough to attach there. So just put a little bead of glue and seal it down. And the same on the other side. Just a little bead of glue. You can use whatever kind of liquid glue you want, or as I said, you can use double-sided tape. You can use this stuff, you can use tacky glue, you can use art glitter glue, whatever kind of glue you happen to have, whatever kind of glue you happen to like, it's all good. And you might want to add a little bit of clear tape along here just for extra security if you want. I'm not too worried about it. And then here we go. Our little card fits inside there perfectly. Close it up. Your return address, address to whoever you're sending it to. Pop a pretty little stamp on here, and you're good to go. Now, if you want, you can, I ran out, but what you could do is use a strip of double-sided tape that has, or do I have some? Oh, I lied. I thought I was run out of this stuff. It was sitting right in front of me. So what you can do is just put a strip of double-sided tape across the top here. And then leave that alone until you're ready to seal it. And then you can just peel off the protecting part and stick it down. And there you go. You've got a nice, quick and easy little homemade card, homemade Christmas card or seasonal card, and a homemade envelope to put it in. So you don't have to worry about what size your card turns out. You can make the envelope to fit it. And if it's a larger card than this, you might need to use a larger piece of paper than an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. My card fits in just nicely with that, with very little wasted paper from creating the envelope. So there we have it. Oops. I hope you enjoyed that. I love this card. I love this napkin, and I'm so happy I was able to use it. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye now.